Where is he? Hello, everyone. What's going on? AJ Writes Crypto here. Already about 50 people in the house on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That's right, Figment. You just got here right in time. Thank you for being here. All right, let's check the chat here. Let's check the chat. Oh, he's here, everybody. I was worried. I woke up this morning. I was worried. And I said, I wonder if Chauncey's going to be here today. My best friend in the whole world, Chauncey Peppertooth. I can't wait to the day I actually meet Chauncey at a conference or something, because I'm not going to know it's him. He's going to be like, it's me, Chauncey Peppertooth. And we're going to rejoice. Man, it's going to be a good day. Shout out to my favorite person in the chat, Chauncey Peppertooth. I do play favorites, everybody. I have two sisters. Just ask. Okay. Just ask. All right. We have Mr. Mike Lowry, Mr. Mojo Rising. We got my good buddy Marsh Watsu. How do you pronounce that? Waduzi. Olarmy 03, Rocket Man. Thoughts on Bonk, Corey? We can get to that in a minute. Jeff, Karen, Eddie C, Blockchain Bonehead. Thank you all for being here. Really, really appreciate it. And congratulations to Chauncey for getting that wrench yesterday. He earned it. He did earn it because I play favorites. Brand new to crypto, ENT Videos asked, what's your 10-year take on VeChain? It's a very good question. I think I agree with Mr. Mojo. VeChain does need meme coins. I think that would be nice. I think in 10 years, VeChain is what they're doing is very honorable, because a blockchain, let's be honest, they sponsor the UFC. They sponsor the UFC and they sponsor fighters in the UFC, Gilbert Burns being one of them. And they could have put that marketing budget anywhere. Listen, I've talked to a lot of projects. I have sponsors. I do this. I know what's up in the world of marketing and approaches and stuff like that. Even market myself pretty decently if I pat myself on the back on that one. But I will say that, VeChain could have focused the direction. Let me fix this little teeny baby bit. There we go. VeChain could have focused the direction of their company any way they wanted. They could have done it any way they wanted. What did they focus on? Sustainability. That's honorable, everybody. That's honorable. I did interview Sonny. I finally got all the footage together. It took a little while to get the footage from them from that shoot. It's just difficult to send that much. It's a big file, a lot of big files. And so I finally got the footage together, that interview. I am going to compile it eventually. I've been very busy lately. But that interview is coming. But, I talked to Sonny at length about several things on and off camera. And off camera, we talked about, like, he could have done anything with VeChain, and he wants to focus on sustainability. And basically his thinking here is, I pay extra money for organic electricity in my home. I have to pay extra money for my electric car. I have extra money. He has to pay extra money to do the right thing for the earth. Okay. And no, Karen, the vet interview has not dropped yet. And as it's not out yet. I still got to edit it. And, but he has to pay extra for all these things. And the idea with the VBetterDAO is to incentivize people to do the right thing, to do, to use recyclable bags, to drive an electric car, to not, waste plastic, stuff like that. All right. And there's literally, like, you get rewarded, incentivized in the DAO for doing the right thing for the earth. I mean, you should be doing the right thing anyway. But the fact that you can tap into this on VBetterDAO and get rewarded in it in tokens and be able to switch the tokens, vote, and better the two-pronged approach to vote on governance and everything. It's actually very, very interesting, and it's honorable what they're doing. So in 10 years, I think VeChain is going to make a massive impact in terms of making the earth a better place. They want to leave it better than they left it, and I really that's admirable. That's admirable. So I think it's going to work for them. I think this approach is very smart. It's very the green. Remember, I used to say this a lot back at Hit Network, that the green blockchains that lean into the carbon credits, right? That, have zero carbon emission and buy to all carbon credits to offset, blah blah blah. That stuff is really big for institutional investors. Okay, like the institutions, they can't buy into stuff that looks bad. Yeah, but when they say, oh, they look, they have zero emission, they do all these carbon credits, they're helping the planet. That that's the kind of visibility stuff. The optics and optics matter. Optics matter big time. And VeChain got that part on lockdown. I will give it to them. All right, gonna keep it rolling. Got about 150 people in the house. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Got a lot to talk about. Save the world, ride 2 strokes, says my guy Marsh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Just drink more tequila, says Jeff Rigdon. I don't know about that one. I have not had any tequila in well over a decade, and I'm proud to say that. Wow, it's the spring equinox day. I did not know that. Thanks for letting me in there on Kimi Muki. I believe Kimi Muki has signed up for the Telegram group. Thank you for doing that, Kimi Muki. Really appreciate it. I also know that Karen Harris is in the Telegram group. Let me see who else is. I'm pretty sure Rocket Man. Yeah, Rocket Man's in the group. We got a handful of people in the group have been starting to put trade ideas out there. I put a really interesting idea out there yesterday. I wonder if I could pull that chart up at some point in the show. But basically like putting a triangle onto a chart and alarming the bottom and alarming the top. And hey, whatever alarm goes first, there's your trade. And these things completely work. You know what I mean? I have developed a trading strategy that listen, no trading strategy is absolutely perfect, but as long as you win more than you lose and you use risk management, and when you lose, when you set that stop loss, I'm okay with getting sucked out at 3%. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. I could lose 3% all day long. That's fine. But when you win, you're winning a lot more than 3%. Okay, so if we lose 3, win 49, we're up. We're up. All right. That is a little brash overview there. All right. Let me check out. Okay. Got a couple things. Couple things. I do have a giveaway for you guys this week. I believe I'm going to set that up tomorrow. I had that on my list for today. Didn't happen. It's going to happen tomorrow. All right. Where is, this thing is killing me right here. All right. Let me pull this down. Let's take a quick little overview of the market here. I am very glad that Bitcoin is not at 61,000 anymore. I believe I woke up in like the middle of the night or something. I looked at my phone. I refused to believe it. I thought I was having a nightmare. And then I woke up and it was almost at 64 again. So thank goodness. I believe that crypto may have bounced here. There were a lot of ideas yesterday. I actually had a handful of short trading ideas yesterday. For example, I was looking here on the 2-hour chart, a short on render. Okay. And here, we have this. We have these alarms. We have the top trend here and we have the bottom trend here. Sorry if the chart's a little messy from all the other indicators and stuff. But basically, the idea here was that, my alarm went off on right here. And I was thinking, this might be a short. At the time, the oscillator was coming down. The RSI was trending down. The volume profile, which has since woke up, was a little bit further down here. All signs kind of point to a short. But this is why we don't just blindly jump into trades. The second the alarm goes off, that doesn't mean you jump in the trade that second. That's not what that means. The alarm goes off, says, hey, this is about to be a trade one way or the other. And this thing did a pretty good job of confusing the living hell out of you. Say here was the position when the alarm went off, so say if you shorted, you could have scalped out about 2%. So there was a scalp short there. That idea was correct. But ultimately working out 11-12% to the upside. And this is why when these alarms go off, you have to be vigilant and you do have to do some legwork and watch these positions. Do you want to know what the giveaway on this position was? I'll give you a second to look at the chart to guess what it is. What was the giveaway on this position? And it's not in the high IQ. I can actually turn that off. Actually, you could have used the high IQ to go long right here. Hard short exit, HSE. I use short exits and long exits as an indicator. If it says get out of a short, shouldn't that just say get into a long? Because if you went off the short exit and went long, there was 6.8% right there. Not bad, right? But the giveaway of this position was this right here. The slightly higher low from this other low over here. Okay, so this alarm goes off. You know what I mean? You were patient, you watch it, and then what happened? It came up to the 50 EMA and got rejected. Okay, just off this rejection, you could have went short off of this candle and still made 5% short. You could have went short off thinking it's going to get rejected off the EMA, and that was a 7, almost an 8% short. But the giveaway for the long trade was when it came back down, the alarm went off again. See this line? The alarm went off again. And this is why when we set our alarms, we don't set crossing once. We go once per beat. So it crosses, every time it crosses, that alarm goes off. You get a text, you get an email, whatever. All right. It's very important that you have these alarms set. The idea was this slightly higher low. And once it goes back through, there is, right there from bottom to top, a 12% trade, currently a 10.8% trade. So there you go. That was a little bit of extra alpha for those of you who are not in the Telegram group. This is some of what we were talking about yesterday. So what I have decided to do, and also slightly lower high here might be a short idea for render. Let's paper trade with ourselves here. Let's draw a little line there to indicate, maybe this would be a spot we go short and see how it plays out. Now, I can't actually trade right this second, but I can paper trade with myself. I do that all the time, actually. So yeah, so little insight there. I do, want to. So what I'm thinking here is, the Telegram group has taken a large chunk of my day, and I'm okay with that. I knew that the initial couple weeks would be hard. It would be very be dealing with a lot of adversity, putting a lot of hours in, because obviously people are paying to be in this group. They're paying to be in this group, and I want to give them. I want to go above and beyond. I want to give them all the value in the world. I want to work overtime to teach people as much as I can my strategy with crypto. But here's the thing, and this is the debacle, my little inner mind battle that I'm fighting with right now, is that there are some people in the group that signed up, and they actually asked me how to send crypto. How to send crypto. How if I wanted to send you Ethereum, or if I wanted to send you Algorand, whatever. There are people that don't know how to send crypto. Okay. And I'm not calling them out. I'm not making fun of them or anything like that. But I realized pretty early on in the Telegram group that there is a couple standard deviations of where people are in the group. Okay. So I have decided that I do need to make a lot of beginner friendly content. Not only beginner friendly content, I personally am an expert trader myself, and I will obviously warm up to, very insane trading strategy content. But I think I'm going to start kind of at the bottom and work my way up for the beginner. So if they don't know how to do something, hey, watch this video. If you don't know what this means, hey, watch this video. So then they can really catch up to speed on all the things. And at the same time, because, there's two parts to what I'm doing in the Telegram group. One of the parts is posting trading setups, trading ideas, at the very least, alarm levels to watch, and trading ideas based off of the alarm, similar to the render idea yesterday that I already showed you. But, it's also about, giving lessons and talking strategy, talking mindset, talking trading. And, I do have to catch a lot of people up to speed. And so to remedy what I'm doing, for the expert traders that are already in the group, there will be beginner content in the group, but to remedy them, that's why I'm posting so many trading setups. And I also will say, hey, and if you, I posted 3 setups yesterday, but then I said, hey, there's 3 setups here. But at the same time, if you want to do extra homework, there's these other 3 charts that I'm looking at right now that are pretty primed to trade as well, if you want to take that extra step and chart them out yourself. So, and learning how to chart, learning how to go to a chart, click on the daily, put it in, and looking at this chart. I know this is a bad example because there's a bunch of marks on it already. But, learning how to take this and turn it into all the patterns that are here, and all the trend lines that are here, and all the support resistance levels that are here. So a lot of people don't know how to do that. I take that for granted. that there are traders out there that are people that want to learn how to get into crypto. They want to make life-changing money in crypto, but they don't know how to do these simple things. And you know what I mean? And I, as much as I'm going to help the traders, I'm going to put setups in there. I am also going to make beginner content. And I just wanted to say that for anybody who is watching, that it might be,
maybe I'll help help do some beginner content.
Maybe you'll help do some beginner content. I don't know. They might get really mad. I'm kidding. Shout out to the Glitter Queen. That's a nice VeChain hoodie, by the way. Why didn't I get a VeChain hoodie?
I love my VeChain hoodie.
Oh, fresh.
Oh wait. Oh.
UFC 3.
Shout out to VeChain.
UFC 300. We're going Las Vegas. What weekend is that? April something? April 13th. Less than a month away. Oh my God. That's going to be a good time. I'm very excited for UFC 300. That's going to be awesome. All right. So check in the chat really quick here for a minute. Yeah, real here. Jeff Rigdon said it's Wednesday payday. Jeff gets paid on Wednesdays. That's very strange, Jeff. Why you got to be so weird, bro? God. All right. So yeah, that is nice to get a midweek paycheck. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, I just X'd out the chat. That wasn't good. All right. So all right, let's take a quick overview of the market here. Let's check the pulse. I know you guys can't see it yet, but you're about to. Boom. This is a segment sponsored by Market Cypher. Bitcoin just got above 64,000. Love to see it. We are bouncing. In the title, it says, did crypto just bounce? I would say, yes, crypto bounced. Crypto is in the process of bouncing. I think there are some long trades that you can tap into that will probably be pretty profitable. But the goal is not to just look at any chart. The goal is to look at the right chart. And I feel that sometimes looking at the gainers and the losers is probably one of the most efficient ways to determine what charts are volatile at the moment. Right now, Render has been a little bit more volatile than everything else. Render is a very good chart to target, similar to Phantom. How Phantom is a good chart to target with the graph up almost at 38 cents. Hey, can we do that later? So everybody, I do want to say, since I'm already distracted, that Jada, I got a new desk in today, and she just can't help herself. Okay. That was fun. I'm actually very excited about this new, because the desk I have right now is Ben's old desk with all like the pop figures with the heads, and they're super glued onto the desk. So I can only have my laptop so far. But this new desk I got, we went to Office Max, fire. But anytime I see an office store or a Staples, I about skirt and they burn the tires out. I just want to buy a notebook most of the time. Jada's like, you have too many. Yeah, binders and notebooks. I make these notebooks, and I keep my notes, and I organize them with the little tabs and the little, this kind of stuff. I love that stuff. I'm an organizational type freak. That paper smell, exactly. Corey Rose says that paper smell, exactly. That is so funny. FOMC meeting is today. Is it today? I was not on. Last year I actually set my calendar. I would have them set on my calendar, and I have not done that this year because I normally see the news March 20th. Yeah, FOMC meeting is today. Hey, good call there in the chat. Thanks for letting me know that. Normally they go around 2:00 here. Let's look at this. CNBC, share this tab instead. Let's take a quick look at this actually. Here's everything to expect from the Federal Reserve policy meeting Wednesday. The Fed has a lot to do at its meeting this week, but ultimately may not end up doing a whole lot in terms of changing the outlook for the monetary policy. Imagine that. They're not going to do a whole lot, everybody. Imagine that. This meeting will likely be all about the Federal Open Market Committee's dot plot of individual members' interest rate expectations. Office officials also will release their quarterly update on the economy, specifically for gross domestic product, inflation, and the unemployment rate. So very interesting to see, how that will go out. I will definitely be listening to Mr. Powell, my good friend Jerome. I always listen to his speeches. Not that I really get a lot out of them, but just I listen to them just to kind of know where things are out. Here's a little quote right here. They'll make it clear that they're obviously not ready to cut rates. Obviously, they need a few more data points to feel confident that inflation is heading back to target, said Mark Zandini, chief economist at Moody Analytics. I expect them to reaffirm 3 rate cuts this year. So that would suggest the first rate cut would be in June. Okay, that is a very interesting take there. So, so maybe nothing too much will happen this time. but maybe they're setting up for rate cuts next time. But obviously the meeting hasn't happened just yet. So we will definitely update you on that and the market's reaction to that tomorrow. Obviously, FOMC trading days are very volatile days. You'll see a lot of whipsaw patterns. And what I mean by a whipsaw pattern is the chart will come up, it'll have a candle up, and then it immediately will turn around and lose all the gains from the up candle and go further down. That is called a whipsaw. Very common pattern that you will see in heavy trading days, such as FOMC meetings. I do remember a couple months ago, everybody panicking about how the interest cut was supposed to happen, last time, and it didn't happen. And they're saying, we're still going to struggle with this. Crypto's not going to pump because, the market conditions are terrible. And, what happened to that? What happened to that narrative? And this is obviously the Bitcoin ETF, and now the hype being built of an Ethereum ETF, has really changed that narrative around. I feel like there was a lot of liquidity that came into the market that people did not expect to come in to the market. So I feel like that the interest cuts hikes matters a little bit less right now than it did. I don't get me wrong, a strong dollar is a weak market. We've seen that example in 2022. Take a look at the DXY, the chart that is the power of the dollar, and then can look at that chart side by side to the Bitcoin chart. And as the dollar gets more powerful, Bitcoin has a bear market. And as or even the stock market, compare and contrast that. And and as the stock markets get more powerful, as crypto gets more powerful, let's be honest. The stock market and crypto and Bitcoin are risk assets. In my mind, especially as institutions continue to get more heavily integrated into crypto assets, the separation between the stock market and crypto becomes a lot smaller and smaller and smaller to me every day. Some people don't believe that. I'm like, let's be honest, we're all risk assets here. I don't differentiate them too much, and I look at the stock market a lot to make predictions, or at least have ideas on, the direction of Bitcoin. I use, Bitcoin to determine the direction of altcoins, and I use the stock market for direction of Bitcoin. So indirectly, you can look at the stock market and make calls on altcoins. Indirectly, and then correlation is not causation, but it is still something you need to be tapped into. If you want to take crypto really seriously, you have to understand all of financial markets. You also need to understand the macro and the politics involved, because it's really all relevant. So definitely. Did you just steal my iPad? Wow. All right. Going to keep it rolling here. Cut in June rather than May. That's what we're hoping. But at the same time, we really haven't seen, the hikes, the cuts are going to help us. The cuts are good for crypto, especially when you pair the halving just happening with cuts and the ETF. When you say super cycle, those are three ingredients of it for sure. But the fact that we saw that the pump that we had up without an interest cut, that is good. That is good. So awesome. Did you see that flash crash on BitMEX? Yes, I did. I'm pretty sure it went to like $6,800 or something like that. That's insane. That's insane. Oh man, I couldn't imagine if that happened on my exchange. No way. Yeah, exactly. Raging Cajun, FOMC equals same song and dance. Last 6 months, everything will drop at first and pop back up. That generally is what happens there. So, all right, going to go back to my market outlook here. Thank you for reminding me of the FOMC meeting today. I did not have that on my radar. I will go back and set those dates on my calendar so I know them as they come. They've just seemed kind of less important to me lately. I don't know why. Maybe obviously they're still important, but lately, since we pumped so hard without an interest cut, I'm like, does that really matter? You see my point. All right, so coming back here, Hedera just under 11 cents. Had a conversation with one of my good friends this morning. Actually, one of my good friends is heavily integrated into the Hedera HBAR ecosystem. I'm not going to name drop here, but we talk on the phone. And I really like to get my Hedera updates from him. He really explains it to me in a way that's very easy to understand and easy to make comments and remarks about. And kind of working on some HBAR content for you guys here in a little bit. VeChain just under 4 cents. That is an absolute steal steal. Let's keep going here. Phantom down to 91 cents. Did say in my Telegram group yesterday when Phantom was above $1 to look for a Phantom short. It's now at 91 cents. You are welcome. Dog Whiff, that's a chart I kind of forgot to look at yesterday. Maybe I'll circle back to that one. Algorand at 24 cents. I'm a little bit bummed out about the Algorand chart at the moment. Mainly, I'll show you why I'm pulling up right now. Obviously, I'm long-term very bullish on Algorand. Is Algorand one of my largest positions to this day? Hell yes, it is. But here's the thing. I don't really need high IQ for this moment in time. But so this level right here is the 25 cents. I'll actually zoom out so you can see it better. So we had this run up. We had this run up way back here. And I was talking about this when 9 cents, right around here. All right, in October. All right, we had this insane run up. What was this? About 182% in 60 some days. I hate when people say Algorand doesn't move like other altcoins. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Pump 200% in 60 days. Cap, chill. Anyway, this was the top, and this was Christmas time. This was Christmas Day, or right around Christmas Day. All right, Algorand went to that 25-cent level. That was a big level to get. Obviously, if you pull this line further back and look at the support resistance level, you'll see this touch right here. This is obviously a significant support resistance level for Algorand from previous price action, right around that 25-cent level. We got rejected. And remember, when we were coming up with Algorand, I said because of this level that Algorand really needs, actually it was this level, really needs to get above 16 cents. Was this level here. And actually it goes further back. Oh, that's why. That's the 16-cent idea right there. This touch here and this touch here. Okay, so I was saying back in the day, Algorand really needs to get above 16 cents. Algorand got above 16 cents. And from that point, it pumped 60% in 17 days. All right. When it came down after the Christmas run up, we came down and we temporarily, did lose this 16-cent level. I'm building to something. That's why I'm telling the long version. We did temporarily lose the 16-cent level, but it wasn't the end of the world. Just because you temporarily lose a level doesn't mean that it's lost forever. We still basically held it, even though we wicked below it. Since then, we pumped another 100% in 40 days from 15 cents to 30, almost 16 cents to almost 32 cents. Okay. So since then, and this was, the local high for Algorand is now 32.8, so almost 33. Since then, we are down, about 30%, 27% in the past week. Very unfortunate. Here's the thing, is that similar to how Algorand came down here and we temporarily lost this level, I think that is sort of what's happening now. I feel like there is a bounce, and look at this. See these support resistance levels I have drawn out. Look at what Algorand did. All right, we temporarily lost it. We bounced off of it. We temporarily lost it. We're bouncing off of it. Do I like the standard here? I mean, look at the difference between these two bounces. Oh, did not mean to move that line. The difference between the two bounces is that this time, anytime we are above the 50 EMA, this red line, bullish continuation. We lost the 50. We tested the 200, bounced off it. The 200 held up. We got back above the 50, bullish continuation. Now, keep in mind, this is a 2-hour chart. It's only a 2-hour chart, but we do have a bear cross, death cross, whatever you want to call it. So this bounce is different than this bounce because of the EMAs. Okay, so I do want you to keep that in mind. Does that mean that Algorand is going to continue lower? Not necessarily. A few things have to happen. First of all, it's not looking terrible. If you look at these lows right here, we have a bullish divergence on the 2-hour playing out now, hence the bounce we are seeing. Definitely scalp long idea. Not that you could really leverage trade Algorand that many places, but 7% in 10 hours, at least it's bouncing. What Algorand really needs to do, let me get to the meat and potatoes, is here. Let me actually draw this a little bit better. Algorand needs to break out. Here is the trend line. There is the trend line, and this level at 23.15. This is the floor. The floor that I really care about, the level I really care about, is 25 cents. Like I said, this level here from our pump back in Christmas. That's the most important level on the Algorand chart. we need to get back above that level, which is right here, this one. We need to get back above that level. That is step one. Step two, we need to break out of this downtrend, okay? We need to break out of the downtrend. Just because the death cross doesn't mean that it can uncross, okay? It doesn't mean that we're coming down to, you know, say, well, if Algorand lost this level, I mean, 21 cents could be a target here. All right, could be a second target from SR back there. But my point here is that the point of intersection of this support resistance line and this downtrend is right here. This is called the point of intersection. All right, and that day is March 27th. Okay, so in 1 week's time, in 1 week, Algorand will do one of two things. And actually, I would consider this the floor because of this touch. And it actually came pretty close to touching it right here anyway. So actually then, yeah, this needs to come longer. So from this level, the point of intersection at the 23 level is the March 27th. And the point of intersection at the bottom level is March 30th. So 3 days later. So by March 27th, Algorand will either lose this level or break out of this. Or by March 30th, Algorand will lose this level or break out of this. It's going to run out of time. Okay? That is why you need to draw these exact lines I have on my chart. Exactly the way I draw them. This downtrend right here, I'm going to change the color of it to, let's say red. That's the red downtrend line. I'm setting an alarm once per bar, so it goes off every time. Alarm set. I'm also going to set an alarm on this bottom level here. At what level? Where does this at? This is at 21.2128. Set an alarm on that bad boy once per bar. Create. Now, when this happens, when one of these alarms gets hit, I will know. I will know. I will get an email. I will get a text message, and I will be able to adjust my crypto strategy accordingly. There you go. Little quick overview of the Algorand chart there. Let me check the chat here for a moment and just hang out for a sec. Need to take a drink of water. +1 for AJ's TA. Thank you. I spend thousands of hours looking at charts. Thousands of hours. I truly enjoy TA. You know, in college, I oddly enjoyed math classes. I oddly enjoyed, trigonometry. I actually kind of hated trigonometry, but it wasn't hard. I liked like pre-calc, stuff like that. I enjoy math. You know, I kind of see patterns very easily, and I enjoy it. And because I think it's fun, I have an edge on the market because I trade really well because I spend so much time looking at charts and I spend a lot of time trading. So, but my job now is to take my information that's in my head and splat it at my mouth, and it goes through this microphone, through that cable, into the world, and then it gets pixelated into your screen, and 300 of you are looking at me say this stupid ass rant about how I'm trying as hard as I can to teach people crypto so you can break out of the 9 to 5 matrix, so you can live the life of your dreams and be financially free. And that honestly is the goal. That's where I started with that dream. I, have made it pretty damn far to the point where I can help other people achieve the dream that I have. So one day at a time, we do this together. Okay, this is my Jedi moment, precisely. All right, going to take a quick look at the chat here. Dude, hell yeah, we got Gets coming back from Guam today. Okay, I don't know, I'm not sure. Traded my algo for Echelon Prime. Okay, I'll check that out. Is SUI a cup and handle? Oh, I'll look at SUI. Clever name. We appreciate you, big dog. Well, I appreciate you, bro. I really do. Thanks for being here. All right, so I do want to look at SUI, I will. But what I want to do before that, I want to look at the gainers and the losers. I haven't even had a chance to look at the gainers and the losers yet. Another thing I've been doing is when I'm trying to leverage trade, maybe I should show you guys the screen I'm looking at first. That would make a lot of sense. Share this tab instead. So obviously, I really like to look at the top 100 gainers and the losers. I do a lot of the coins positions in my Telegram group will be top 100 coins, but will I give you meme picks? Of course I will. I already gave you Bohm before it popped. I already gave you Big Red before it popped. I have been giving you guys some pretty crazy picks, but Tristan Gage, $5 super chat, finally in the group, ready to make my first trade. Thank you, man. Hey, Tristan Gage, thanks for signing up, bro. Really appreciate you. Looking forward to see what we can teach you, bro. You're the man. Thanks for being here. All right. So top 100 gainers, Pepe woke up. We talked about that trade a little bit earlier. KCS legally, contractually cannot talk about that. FET.ai 10%, Rweave 6%. So some things have waking up. We are bouncing a little bit here. This is good to see. And the losers, I mean, Dog Whiff is down to 220 because it pumped so hard. Dog Whiff was above $3 there for a hot second. Optos, I don't know if you guys remember this. Last night in the Telegram group, I said, I showed 3 charts, and then I said, if you want to take the extra step, look at Aptos and look at Phantom. They both look like good shorts. Look at this. Aptos down 10%, Phantom down 3%. Bang, bang, bang. Tried to tell you. There we go. Avalanche also down 7%. So there are a couple charts I would like to look at here. Let me pull up my little handy dandy notebook here. Let's look at Whiff for fun. Whiff, why not? Let's look at Aptos. We'll talk about that trade. We'll look at Phantom quick. Someone wanted to see SUI. So we are looking at the charts that have all gone down today. All right. So right now we're looking at the charts that have gone down, and we're going to search for shorts. All right. So those are the charts we're not looking at the winners. We're going to look at the losers and try to find reversal ideas since the market is bouncing a little bit. Also, over here, you can actually click 1 hour top 100 instead of 24 hours and get a feel for what is happening just in this past hour. Actually, very useful little tool there. Toncoin has woke up a little bit. Wow, that's actually pretty significant in 1 hour. And Fetch and Jupe are also waking up. So maybe we'll look at Fet at Jupe at the very end of the show, and we will rip through the charts here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 charts to look at. We are going to look at Whiff, Aptos, Phantom, Sui, Near, Fet, and Jupe. Okay, there we go. I do want to do that. Also, just had a couple quick news stories. SBF prosecutors call sentencing recommendation medieval. They're trying to put him away forever. Do I think that he deserves to pay for his sins? Yes, I do. But do I think someone as smart as him and a brain as good as his should rot away in jail? Absolutely not. I don't think they should that. With SBF, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks called Catch Me If You Can. Leonardo DiCaprio played an amazing role in that movie, but essentially he was a criminal who outsmarted, the FBI, the CIA, whatever, and they gave him a lesser sentence in exchange for him helping them discover fraud. I think that the government doesn't know shit about crypto, and I think that should Sam pay for his sins? Yes, but I also think that they should give him a lesser sentence and keep him on strict parole, strict probation, keep him out of a federal prison, and have him help them to help them prevent what he did happening again. I think his brain rotting away is an absolute waste, and we all know that someone that pulled off what he pulled off is not no dummy. Very, very smart guy. That is my take with Sam. All right. Next story here. Boom. Why Hal Finney might not be Satoshi Nakamoto. Well, I'll tell you straight up. Hal Finney's not Satoshi Nakamoto. I will tell you this. I had a friend, not going to name drop, who worked for this project called Philcoin. PHIL, like philanthropy. Okay. And it was a philanthropic endeavor. And the founder of that coin, I met him in Decentraland and in Miami when I was traveling with Ben. And they try. I don't think Philcoin was successful. I think it ended up, I don't know if it's still around. Even I know it wasn't successful, even if it is still around, unfortunately, because it was a good cause. It was philanthropic, trying to help people out. I do like those kind of ideas. And they had a lot of really good, international connections and partnerships and stuff like that. Nevertheless, I'm going on a tangent. The founder of this coin was this amazingly, really smart guy. And I forget his name off the top of my head, but he did leave. He ended up leaving Philcoin. He's not a part of it anymore. They had a falling out. But my point here is that guy has, I believe, the 3rd or 4th largest personal Bitcoin wallet. When you go and look at, the largest Bitcoin whales, there's like a lot of them are like institutions, Binance, like whatever. There's a lot of really large holdings that are not personal wallets. This guy that I met, who was the founder of that coin, had the 3rd or 4th, I forget, largest personal Bitcoin wallet. Okay. And I'm telling you this for a reason. because this story says why Hal Finney might not be Satoshi Nakamoto. I talked to him at length about Bitcoin and how he got started and everything. Basically, he started mining back in 2011, so he was about a year late. All right, not even really, but he said that he wished he started doing it a few months earlier. Is the point. And he mined all this Bitcoin and he held it, and the guy's like a multi-billionaire. All right, and I asked him, and I was like, well, man, like, do you know who Satoshi is? And he kind of looked at me like side eye and like kind of smiled, and I was like, you do know who Satoshi is? And he looked at me, and he looked me dead in my eye, and he said, Satoshi is not one person. Satoshi is a group. And he left it at that. So when I see articles like why Hal Finney might not be Satoshi Nakamoto, that's all BS. Because the fourth largest personal Bitcoin whale in the world told me that Satoshi is a group. So there is some insight. I find that story very, very crazy, considering there is so much mystique built around Satoshi. And to hear that from someone, confirmed, who I met and who that guy is. And I believe that take. So Satoshi is a group. All right, we'll keep it rolling. Bitcoin, I'll just read some headlines. Bitcoin supply on exchanges hits a 4-year low. That's no surprise to me. That is an amazing metric, though, especially. So think about this. Bitcoin supply on exchanges hits a 4-year low. And the halving's about to happen. That supply is about to get cut in half. Dude, we are going to rip. We're going to make so much money. It's unreal. And then final story of the day. It is important to me to still hit some news. Tornado Cash founder charged for allegedly aiding 1.2 billion in laundered funds. I kind of feel like this is absolute BS. I am on the school of thinking that it should be okay to be anonymous. I think privacy, the line of privacy and money laundering, it's a thin one, but there is a difference. And it is unfortunate how hard they're coming after, like the founder of Tornado Cash and SBF and stuff like that. I'm totally in the school of, I just believe in decentralization, and governments don't, because it threatens them. So, it's that simple. It's that simple. Sure-ish did I. How to join Telegram group. Down below in the description, there is an email address, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Send me an email. We'll get you signed up. No problem. Why are you and Ben on at the same time? I don't think we are, unless he's doing some other crazy show that just started that I don't know about. But I do a trading show with Ben around 1 o'clock. And that's actually been a pretty good time. I actually have enjoyed doing that show. All right, so let's get into some of these charts we were going to talk about. Share this app instead. All right, we're going to start with what? With what? WIF. And right before we have about 300 people in the house, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, WIF. It's a bad 2-hour chart. I need a better 2-hour chart. All right. As you can see, WIF had an absolutely astounding pump. Even Jesus, dude. If you bought in WIF, you didn't even catch the first part. If you bought in WIF on the last day of February, you'd be up 365% in 2 weeks. That is absolutely insane. But my point here is this. I'll even get rid of the EMAs for this moment to really get an accurate drawing here. So this trend line went like this. That. All right. I'll make it white. Okay. And then the uptrend. I don't even need to draw the uptrend because this is the trend here. Not that. Oh no. Okay. So as you can see, we have broken down from the uptrend here on WIF. Okay. That is step one. Step two is where can it get caught? Where can it catch? So there is a good body right here. This is a very important level because if you extend this support resistance over here, you will see that it was rejected from here multiple times. And what was once the ceiling then became the floor. So we are approaching this level. Okay, we are about 13% away from that level. Is the floor going to hold again, or are we going to bounce above it? There is a little bit of bullish divergence if you consider this going down. Anchor wave, trigger wave, a little bit of bullish divergence, look like shaping up, but nothing has really played out yet. And then if we come over here to say a 17-minute chart, a time frame I really enjoy looking at, we do have a slightly higher low, slightly higher low. That is good. That is good. So if you want to trade whiff here, first thing to do would be to set an alarm at $1.87. $1.87 is certainly the alarmed out level right there. And moving forward, man, I mean, this is a tough call right here, right now. I'm not gonna lie. So basically, you also want to see is the price going to try to fight back into this level here? I personally feel like if you look at the money flow, if you zoom out a little bit further, it's a little bit more clear on what's about to happen on this chart. Sometimes you can get confused zooming in too hard. But you see this money flow here and how it's coming down to the red. I mean, this thing just got red. I would at least believe whiff is likely to come down and test 187. I mean, if it bounces, it bounces. I mean, it does have a slightly higher low on small time frames, but when you really zoom out, I mean, is there a scalp long idea here? For sure. If you want to scalp long from current price to this local high here to 234 is a 7% pump to this level. There's definitely a scalp long idea. Personally, I wouldn't go long until it broke out of that little local high there. I don't believe it's counterintuitive. I'd rather have confirmation. I'll sacrifice 1% of a trade for confirmation. But if you say you went long from here and got there, you'd probably make 5.8%. There is a scalp long idea there, but ultimately, I do really think when we look at the larger time frames, it's pretty clear it's going to continue falling down. All right, let's look at Aptos. This is a short I called last night in the group. Basically, to show you the 4-hour chart, and very similar to what we're looking at with whiff. When you look at how hard this thing pumped, from the end of February, about 80, 70, 80%, not as hard as whiff, but you really see my idea here, right? So that line, that was the position itself. That line was the position itself. Let's line it up here. So it actually bounced off. But ultimately, we're still up. I actually thought that I caught it before that. Let me zoom in on this. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Called it a little late. But it wasn't incorrect. So about a 4% win there. Not bad. I should have called that one a little bit earlier. I think the giveaway for this trade was this wick right here. This was the giveaway on that trade. Hindsight's 2020 though. But yeah, it was a bigger move. But like I said, but here's the thing. Top to bottom, the move was 16%. But you're never going to perfectly call the top. You're never perfectly going to call the bottom. The money is made in the middle. So if there is, a 14% move and you catch 5% of it, hey, you made your money. That's a trade. And if you did 10x leverage, you did very well. You still made like 40, 50%. That's amazing. Aptos, but on moving forward, let's see. So what happens next with Aptos? So, oh man, I really need to get contacts, AJ, buy contacts. So yeah, it is kind of still kind of coming down on the 2-hour. It is right at the 50 EMA. So we are at a little bit of a decision time here. Another level to watch on Aptos, I would believe, would be right here, considering how many times it touched this. A lot of touches on that level. This level is at approximately $14.28. If it lost that level, we could probably come down here and test this floor about 12% down the $12.50. It also could be a level to bounce from as well, but it is also fighting the 50-day EMA. So right here, right now, I'm not really looking to jump in a trade on this chart at the moment. The conditions of this chart are not exactly favorable for a trade this moment. But you're certainly, there is something here, but not this second. And here's the thing. Looking at a chart like this and determining this isn't the time to trade this chart, that's important. It's very important to be able to do that, because a lot of people will say, oh, there's always a trade to be made there, no matter what, I have to find something. And like that, Yeah, but when you consider that, it's fighting the EMA on the 2 hour, and it's literally has just been sitting like, dude, I don't know. I don't feel right now, this moment, that this is a favorable chart to trade, because it's kind of pushed to support resistance. And if it bounces, sure. But there's no signs of a bounce right now, with oscillators coming down, RSIs coming down, VWAP going down, fighting the 50 EMA. Like there's a lot of kind of bearish, and it's also sitting right on the point of control on the volume profile. So I'm going to say that right now, this second, not really looking for a trade on Aptos. Phantom, 2-hour chart. All right, so this is another one. Oops, did not mean to draw that line. So yeah, I did call this one last night as well. Basically, it came high up in this. That my position's in here somewhere. What the hell did I just do? Holy shit. From top to bottom, look about 13% trade in one day. So let's zoom in on this bad boy. Okay, so Phantom. Yep, here is the trade. Interesting. So yeah, I believe I called it around $1. It was really close to $1. So that's 7%. I think that was probably the best call last night. But so basically what we're doing now, I know some of you might not care about the things I already did. You might want to know about what I'm about to do, and that's completely fair. So let's look at this. So let's consider that Phantom is in currently a local downtrend. But it's also sort of in a symmetrical triangle, because the bottom is coming up and the top is coming down. So if this is a 12-minute chart, by the way, nothing too much to go off on the oscillators. It's not heavy in the green or heavy in the red right now. But the point of control is above the current price point, which is about a 7% move back to 99 cents. So if you're looking for a Phantom trade, 12-minute chart, draw this upper band, draw this downward band, set an alarm on both. The point of intersection is today at 5 p.m. So at 5 p.m., Phantom will either pop up or break down. It is currently in a symmetrical triangle. All right. So SUI. SUI. Is SUI a cup and handle? Let's talk about it. SUI, I believe, was one that I said was forming a cup and handle. That, here's the cup. And at the time I made the video over 2 weeks ago now, I am going to make a follow-up to that. Holy shit, AJ's been here. I said that, that it came up and it touched this level and it was coming down. So I said, this could be forming a cup and handle, because the cup's there, the handle's not. All right. So that idea still kind of is in effect. If SUI can go round bottom up and break out of this level at $1.98, hey, hell yeah. I mean, that's a cup and handle all day. But that remains to be seen at this moment. Could break down. It did break out of this downtrend here. As you can see, it broke out of this, and now is currently in a local uptrend here. So it is, these are going to elongate as so. And now, it is in this little pattern. So, but it still kind of looks like it's fighting a lot. It has got rejected from this level so many times. Look at this. And we're talking rejection, 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 4 rejections since the beginning of March at the $1.74 level. So definitely keep a close eye on that. Also with SUI, it hasn't, look at the range. Like, this thing has just kind of sat in like a 20% range for the past month. You see what I'm saying? That is not a favorable trading condition. Can you find longs and shorts here? Yeah. I think if there's a play on SUI, it's probably more of a long-term mindset type play, to be honest with you. I don't really see it right now anyway. I don't really hate the 2-hour anchor wave, trigger wave. They're getting smaller. That idea is there for sure, but this moment in time, I'm not really looking to trade this chart. All right. Near. We're getting near. 2-hour chart. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So near had an insane run. I bought a lot of near around like $3, $4. I wish I bought more. Since has lost 30% in the past 5 days. And that has happened to a lot of charts. But now, it is kind of decision time. It is also approaching the support resistance level right here. The support resistance level is at $6.08. Certainly set that alarm if you have not already, if you're actively trying to trade this chart. As you can see, it has already touched this level once, and it kind of looks like it's heading back down on the 12-minute. Very interesting. It does look like momentarily it's heading back down. So, I mean, let's see if we shorted near from here to here, that would be a 5% trade. That's just one idea, though. Let's look at a little bit larger time frame. Okay, so 23-minute, it is testing 50 EMA, and it is coming down in VWAP, but the point of control is a little bit above. Kind of getting some mixed signals here. Lack of confluence at the moment. Yeah, this one's tough. I would really I would say that, first of all, let's draw the channel it's in. Let's see what we got here. All right, so here's the channel. All right, not that. This, okay, coming on down the hill. Pretty standard downtrend. All right, so we got to kind of ask ourselves, is what's going to happen? Are we going to hold this support? Really, dude, the reason I'm struggling right now is because it really comes down to that. It really comes down to that level around $6.08, $6.09. It does really come down to that level right now, because if we bounce this level, we can start talking an idea to get back. Because here's the thing: when you're in a local downtrend like this, you can get a pretty significant pump. Say near comes down, hits this level, but with a slightly higher low, pops up to 763, 766 from this bottom level. I mean, you're still talking a 20% trade along in a downtrend. It can pump 20% and still technically be in a downtrend. So, I mean, when you're talking, this is a downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low, a second lower low. So now we're looking for the next lower high. So really it's about, this one's about patience. I necessarily wouldn't be trying to force a short down to the support resistance level when I kind of feel like it's going to bounce off the support resistance level. So I would kind of be more waiting for the bounce than trying to force a 2% short into something that looks like it's about to bounce, hoping that the idea bounces off 608 is in play. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for near. All right, we're going to look at the two coins that went up. We looked at 4 coins that were going down. Let's look at a coin that's gone up. We're looking at FET here. It did hit this little bottom. Pumped 20% in a day and a half. Not bad, but it is still technically in a baby downtrend, technically going this way. All right, so we might have like an ascending. Yep, we have an ascending downtrend, a broadening descending channel. Proper name. 2-hour chart, price go down, bullish divergence, and that was kind of your giveaway. This right here for this pump was this bullish divergence right there. That was there on Market Cypher. Shout out to my good friend Crypto Face. Also, I will pull High IQ to see if there's anything flashing at me on High IQ. I use them both together, to be honest. Yeah, so that entry actually worked out pretty good. 8 hours, 5%. Not bad for High IQ. Called that on the 12-minute. Yeah, but this moment in time, it actually does look like it's coming down. So yeah, so if you wanted to scalp trade this bad boy, I can help you out with that. We can kind of local trend. I'll even ignore that one and just draw this one. So sometimes if you're scalp trading, you don't need to draw the whole trend. You can just draw the local trend, because the local trend's all you're trading. So this moment, it has bounced off the top of that trend, and it's come down 4% in the past 32 minutes. It's kind of heavy. So now I necessarily wouldn't force a short here unless it broke down through this level. I'll change the color on it so it makes more sense. All right, so this level here is at $2.57. I would, because that would kind of be it losing the level, right? You could go for the short now if you want to, but I fear that it's going to hit this level. It's less than a 1%. This to the trend line is less than 1%. So I'm not trying to force that short. I'm waiting for the bounce, because when it bounces, it can come back up into the top of this trend line, which is a 5% trade. So if you wanted to be very patient with FET, you could put on, say, a very small time frame chart and wait for the bounce. I think that's probably your move. And then Jupe, final chart of the day. Let me check the chat really quick. AJ, you still use the 23-minute chart? Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, I still use the 23-minute chart. Come on now. All right, this is not a good Jupe chart. It's a bad Jupe. Bad Jupe. And Jada whispered, smash the likes. Subliminally. Okay, I remember this chart. We talked about this, everybody. You can look at this chart and think to yourself, oh, AJ has been here. AJ has been here. All right, let's look at this little face. We got the eyes. Look, see, we got the two eyes right here. And we got like the little sideways mouth. Yeah, let's just draw his head. What are we going to name him? I know what we're going to name him. Joop Joop. There he is. Look at his little nose. Look how cute he. Oh, that would made him mad. Let's give him eyebrows. Rawr, Joop Joop. There he is. Look at that guy. He's so cute. All right, so that's my homie Joop Joop. All right. Oops. Cool. All right, looking at my 23-minute chart as requested. So we did talk about this at length. I remember, I think just yesterday we had this double top idea. All right, came down here to this trend line, 33% fall on the day and change. I did call this short from up here in my first trade I posted. My first trade I posted in my Telegram group. I'm going to go full screen to say this. My first trade I posted in my Telegram group was the number one short to find in the top 100 the next morning. Joop. I called it. I pat on myself on the back, whatever, but I that was my first post in the group. I was very, very proud of that call. Anyway, since then, Joop has kind of, gone into this little triangle, has broken out of it, but has maintained this trend line. So the $1.03 level is very significant. Okay. This one, it held it. It didn't even touch it. It held it. Okay. But now, and it's actually really strange because even if you consider this downtrend, it broke out of that too. So it's broken out of like the local trends, but it's still like kind of falling, which is very interesting. Another level that is relevant is this one here, because it has tested this floor a couple times. So, maybe little baby head and shoulders on the 23-minute chart. That would be pretty cool if we, from the top. Yeah. He started 11:30. Yeah. There's a little bounce idea there from Joop. But right here, this thing is also like kind of at decision time. If it loses this level, you could short, from here to here would be about 9%. That is an idea, but also it is possible that it could bounce this line and form an inverse head and shoulders. So watch for that as well. Basically, my point here with Joop is to set an alarm at $1.13. That is a very important level, and the most important level is at $1.03. If it falls through that level, that would be your target from $1.13 to $1.03, which would be a 9.3% win. But I am kind of leaning towards this bounce. This bounce inverse head and shoulders just looks pretty cool. I mean, what I'm saying here is if it goes, we would have a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. So that could be forming. But it might bounce. So keep a close eye on the 113 level on Joop. There we go, everybody. I am out of here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for being here. You guys rock. We had about 300 people in here at one point today. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I'm going to set up this new desk that I got. I got a lot to film today. Got a lot to talk about. Stay tuned in the Telegram group. I will also check out the Phemex Pulse group for a little bit to see what's going on there. If you want to sign up for the Telegram group, the email is right down below in the description. It's ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Would love to have you. We already have, I think pushing 45 people in the group already, which is really cool. We have a bunch of motivated people who want to learn more about crypto. And, that's my job. I'm literally going to talk about crypto until my head falls off. So with that being said, much love to you guys. Hope you have a safe rest of your day. Thanks for spending your Wednesday morning with me. My name's AJ Writes Crypto. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Get rich or get wrecked. Peace.